In Chapter 6, Amazing Meetings of the Making of a Manager by Zhuo, the author stresses the importance of meetings as a key communication and collaboration tool for effective leadership. She explains that meetings are often viewed as unproductive and time-wasting, but with the right approach, they can be a valuable tool for driving results and building relationships. Zhuo begins by addressing the importance of setting clear objectives and agendas for meetings. This involves identifying the purpose and outcomes of the meeting, and communicating these to attendees in advance. She also provides practical tips for designing effective agendas, such as prioritizing important topics, assigning ownership for each topic, and setting time limits. The author also emphasizes the importance of preparing for meetings in advance. This involves ensuring that all attendees have the necessary information and context, and that any materials or resources are prepared and shared in advance. Zhuo also provides practical tips for preparing oneself as a meeting facilitator, such as reviewing the agenda, anticipating questions, and practicing active listening. Zhuo then focuses on the importance of facilitating effective meetings. This involves managing the conversation, keeping the meeting on track, and ensuring that all attendees have an opportunity to contribute. She provides practical tips for managing interruptions, handling conflicts, and soliciting feedback from attendees. The author also addresses common challenges that managers may face in meetings, such as dealing with unproductive behavior or managing virtual meetings. She provides practical tips for addressing these challenges, such as setting ground rules, managing time effectively, and using technology to facilitate virtual meetings. Zhuo concludes the chapter by emphasizing the importance of follow-up and accountability. She explains that meetings are only effective if they lead to action and results, and that follow-up is critical for ensuring that this happens. Zhuo provides practical tips for following up after meetings, such as summarizing action items, assigning ownership, and setting deadlines. In summary, Amazing Meetings provides valuable insights for managers on designing, preparing for, and facilitating effective meetings. Zhuo's emphasis on setting clear objectives and agendas, preparing in advance, facilitating effectively, and following up are practical and applicable for any manager looking to improve their meeting skills and drive results. In Chapter 7, Hiring Well of the Making of a Manager by Zhuo, the author emphasizes the importance of hiring the right people for the team to achieve success. She explains that hiring is one of the most critical responsibilities of a manager, and getting it right can have a significant impact on the team's performance and culture. Zhuo begins by addressing the importance of defining the role and identifying the required skills and qualifications for the position. She stresses the importance of having a clear understanding of what success looks like in the role, and how it fits within the team and the organization. The author also provides practical tips for designing job descriptions and conducting job analyses. The author also emphasizes the importance of defining the team culture and values, and hiring for cultural fit. Zhuo explains that culture is a critical factor in team performance and engagement, and that hiring for cultural fit can help to ensure that new hires align with the team's values and work well with existing team members. She provides practical tips for assessing cultural fit, such as asking behavioral questions and observing how candidates interact with others. Zhuo then focuses on the hiring process itself. She emphasizes the importance of creating a positive candidate experience, and provides practical tips for attracting and screening candidates, conducting interviews, and making hiring decisions. The author also stresses the importance of diversity and inclusion in hiring, and provides practical tips for ensuring that the hiring process is inclusive and bias-free. The author also addresses common challenges that managers may face in hiring, such as making difficult decisions and dealing with rejection. She provides practical tips for managing these challenges, such as communicating transparently with candidates and maintaining a positive relationship with rejected candidates. Zhuo concludes the chapter by emphasizing the importance of onboarding new hires effectively. She explains that onboarding is critical for setting new hires up for success and ensuring that they integrate well into the team and the organization. Zhuo provides practical tips for designing an effective onboarding program, such as setting clear expectations, providing feedback and coaching, and fostering relationships with existing team members. In summary, hiring well provides valuable insights for managers on designing, conducting, and managing the hiring process. Zhuo's emphasis on defining the role, assessing cultural fit, creating a positive candidate experience, and onboarding effectively are practical and applicable for any manager looking to build a high-performing and engaged team. In Chapter 8, Making Things Happen of the Making of a Manager by Zhuo, the author emphasizes the importance of taking action and getting things done as a manager. She explains that being able to execute on plans and initiatives is essential for achieving success and building credibility as a manager. Zhuo begins by addressing common obstacles that managers may face in executing on plans, such as lack of resources, competing priorities, and resistance from stakeholders. She provides practical tips for overcoming these obstacles, such as identifying and prioritizing the most critical initiatives, communicating clearly with stakeholders, and building a coalition of support. The author also emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals and metrics for measuring progress and success. She explains that having a clear understanding of what success looks like is essential for staying focused and motivated, and for communicating progress to stakeholders. Zhuo provides practical tips for setting SMART goals and tracking progress, such as creating a project plan and using metrics and KPIs to measure success. Zhuo then focuses on the importance of communication in making things happen. She explains that effective communication is essential for aligning stakeholders, building support, and driving progress. The author provides practical tips for communicating effectively, such as tailoring messages to the audience, using data and evidence to support arguments, and fostering open and transparent communication channels. The author also addresses the importance of prioritization and time management in making things happen. She explains that as a manager, it's essential to be able to prioritize tasks and manage time effectively to ensure that critical initiatives are given the attention they need. Zhuo provides practical tips for prioritizing tasks, such as using the Eisenhower matrix and delegating tasks to team members. Zhuo concludes the chapter by emphasizing the importance of resilience and adaptability in making things happen. She explains that setbacks and obstacles are inevitable, and it's essential to be able to adapt and pivot when things don't go as planned. The author provides practical tips for building resilience, such as focusing on solutions rather than problems, seeking feedback and learning from mistakes, and maintaining a growth mindset. In summary, Making Things Happen provides valuable insights for managers on taking action and executing on plans and initiatives. Zhuo's emphasis on setting clear goals, communicating effectively, prioritizing tasks, and building resilience are practical and applicable for any manager looking to achieve success and build credibility as a leader. In Chapter 9, Leading a Growing Team of the Making of a Manager by Zhuo, the author addresses the unique challenges and opportunities that arise when managing a team that is growing in size and complexity. She explains that as a team grows, managers must adapt their leadership style and focus on building systems and processes that can support the team's growth. Zhuo begins by addressing the challenge of maintaining a cohesive team culture as a team grows. She explains that it's essential to create a shared understanding of the team's values and priorities, and to foster a sense of belonging and inclusion for all team members. The author provides practical tips for maintaining team culture, such as establishing clear team goals and values, and encouraging open communication and collaboration. The author then addresses the challenge of delegation, which becomes increasingly important as a team grows. Zhuo explains that effective delegation requires trust and clear communication, as well as a willingness to give up control and allow team members to take ownership of their work. The author provides practical tips for delegation, such as defining clear expectations and goals, providing support and resources, and providing feedback and recognition. Zhuo also emphasizes the importance of building systems and processes that can support a growing team. She explains that as a team grows, managers must develop systems for managing projects, tracking progress, and communicating with stakeholders. The author provides practical tips for building systems and processes, such as defining clear workflows and processes, using project management tools, and establishing regular check-ins and communication channels. The author then addresses the challenge of managing performance in a growing team. She explains that as a team grows, it becomes increasingly important to set clear performance expectations and provide feedback and coaching to team members. The author provides practical tips for managing performance, such as establishing clear performance metrics and goals, providing regular feedback and recognition, and fostering a culture of continuous learning and improvement. Finally, Zhuo addresses the challenge of scaling leadership as a team grows. She explains that as a team grows, managers must develop leadership skills not only for themselves but also for their team members. The author provides practical tips for scaling leadership, such as identifying and developing potential leaders within the team, providing opportunities for growth and development, and fostering a culture of empowerment and ownership. In summary, leading a growing team provides valuable insights for managers who are facing the challenge of managing a team that is growing in size and complexity. Zhuo's emphasis on maintaining team culture, effective delegation, building systems and processes, managing performance, and scaling leadership are practical and applicable for any manager looking to lead a growing team to success. In Chapter 10, Nurturing Culture of the Making of a Manager by Zhuo, the author discusses the importance of company culture and how managers can play a role in shaping and nurturing it. She explains that a strong culture can help attract and retain top talent, drive innovation and growth, and foster a sense of belonging and purpose among team members. Zhuo begins by defining what culture is and why it matters. She explains that culture encompasses the shared values, beliefs, and behaviors that define an organization's identity and how it operates. The author emphasizes that culture is not something that can be imposed from the top down but rather something that must be lived and breathed by all team members. The author then addresses the role that managers can play in shaping and nurturing company culture. Zhuo explains that managers can act as culture ambassadors, setting an example for their team members and reinforcing the values and behaviors that define the organization. The author provides practical tips for nurturing culture, such as leading by example, reinforcing core values, and celebrating successes. Zhuo also addresses the importance of diversity and inclusion in shaping company culture. She explains that a diverse and inclusive culture can help attract and retain top talent, foster creativity and innovation, and drive better business outcomes. The author provides practical tips for promoting diversity and inclusion, such as setting clear expectations, fostering open communication and collaboration, and providing training and resources for all team members. The author then discusses the importance of continuous learning and growth in shaping company culture. Zhuo explains that a culture that values learning and growth can help team members feel valued and motivated, and can drive innovation and improvement. The author provides practical tips for promoting continuous learning and growth, such as providing opportunities for professional development, fostering a culture of feedback and recognition, and encouraging experimentation and risk-taking. Finally, Zhuo addresses the importance of aligning company culture with business strategy. She explains that a culture that is aligned with business goals and priorities can help drive better business outcomes and foster a sense of purpose and meaning among team members. The author provides practical tips for aligning culture with business strategy, such as setting clear goals and priorities, communicating regularly with team members, and fostering a culture of accountability and ownership. In summary, nurturing culture provides valuable insights for managers who are looking to shape and nurture company culture. Zhuo's emphasis on leading by example, promoting diversity and inclusion, fostering continuous learning and growth, and aligning culture with business strategy are practical and applicable for any manager looking to build a strong and thriving culture within their organization.